You want to pick up a home practice and you don't know where to start? I'm Antonia and I'm here to take you on a complete beginner's yoga journey. Yeah, it's so thrilling, it's so exciting. And we're gonna do very basic poses. We're gonna break them down for you so you can actually take this at home and do it every day. And as you advance, there'll be more and more complex poses so you feel your practice is integrated and whole. So let's get started. So let's start on all fours. That's the safest way to start your practice. And we're gonna set it up. Make sure your hips are right over your knees and your hands are under your shoulders. So just find it for yourself. And then gently bend your elbows. If you feel you're hyperextending them, like I am at the moment, you want to bring a little crease and a fold there. So you feel your arms are firm and steady. And now drop your shoulders down and feel you're widening across the collarbone. So we're not going to sink in here. We're going to keep it nice and spacious. Okay, let's get into the breath work now. Inhale, arch your spine, open your chest, look up. Make sure your neck is not over compressed. And exhale, scoop the belly in. Inhale, arch. Long breaths. And exhale. Hollow the belly out. And we're going to do it 2 more times. Long breaths. Connecting the tailbone and the crown of the head. And exhale. And 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. And once you do a couple of cats and cows, I really love to go through a wild cat. So I'm going to roll the head and the hips. As I open the head, I arch my spine. And as I scoop the belly in, I gaze down. So a little bit of wild cat work. At the beginning, inhale, open, and exhale. And allow this to go all the way up to your neck. And then reverse it. And we're still keeping the same alignment. So we're not compromising the alignment. 1 more circle. Oh, that feels so good. And then coming here, shift your hips back. Feel that lengthening through your sides of the waist. And then go back into your flat, all fours. And then dip down, bend your elbows. That's moving through a vinyasa, just the first primary steps, and then come back to the flat back and press back into a child's pose. And let's do it 1 more time. Inhale, forward, flat back. Exhale, bend your elbows. Hug your ribs with your elbows. And inhale up, and exhale, child's pose. Great, and now we're gonna go 1 notch further down, forward, inhale, exhale, bend, and inhale, lift, curl your toes under. Here's our down dog. That's like the point of inquiry in yoga. We always go back to down dog. So we're gonna curl the toes under, lift the hips up, but as you do that, press your hands firmly into the floor. So you wanna press all the knuckles. Lift your booty up. Now, lift it high up. And as you do that, bend your knees. Feel the lengthening through your spine. And notice how down dog comes actually from the creases of your hips. And then through the lengthening of your spine and your hamstrings. And bend your knees even more. Feel you're sitting in this down dog, so you can lengthen the arms and now shift towards the arms and try to lengthen just your right knee out. And then lift it up. Exhale, bend the knees, lengthen. And inhale forward. And now try to bend only your left knee. Right knee bends, left knee straightens. Good. And now come back up. And exhale, drop your knees down. Uncurl the toes. Beautiful. And come into a kneeling pose. So this is the beginning of a camel pose. Usually camel goes into a back bend, but that's how we set it up. We're gonna sweep the arms to the sides. Inhale over the head. And now interlace your fingers. Press down and exhale. And as you press down, sit into your heels and contract your belly. And press the hands towards the floor. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale one more time. Contract, contract, contract. Hollow, hollow. And inhale, breathe in. Lengthen through the sides of the waist. Exhale, open your arms to the side. Now keeping the integrity of your pelvis and your spine, you're gonna twist to your left. So feel that, shoulders down, rib cage nice and soft. Shift your gaze back, inhale. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale, come back to the center. And as you exhale, squeeze the air out. Gaze over your right fingertips. Inhale, lift. And exhale, twist a little bit more. And inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, hands back to the mat. Curl your toes under. Let's do our down dog again. Lift your hips up. Keep your knees bent. Lift your hips higher. Straighten the right knee. Pedal and bend the right knee, straighten the left. And bend. And now press both heels down. Lift your hips up and keep the knees bent. Notice the lengthening through the sides of your waist. And now start to walk the feet to your hands slowly. As you lift off through the phalanges and you cup the floor, hold your knees, sit low, and now round up through a cat back again, all the way up. Hold your hips, stroke them down. Hold your shoulders, relax them down, and feel the spaciousness in your neck. Lengthen through the neck. Now feel a long energy line hooking you to a point in the sky. So bring your hands into prayer and raise them over the head. Keep your shoulders nice and soft. Your gaze is soft. Your belly is relaxed and your ribs are sunk in. Upward worship position. Inhale now. Lift your gaze. Press through all the corners of your feet. Lengthen, drop the shoulders down, and exhale, come back into mountain pose. This is mountain pose. It's the blueprint of all the poses, and it's quite complex, actually. So we're gonna step to the top of the mat, bring the feet together, press through all the corners of the feet, and fan the toes. Fan the toes, spread them wide. Beautiful. Now make sure you're leaving this house for the mouth so your arches are lifting. Right? Let's move up. Ankles, gently touch. Thighs, roll out. And then the tailbone drops down. You relax your front ribs and you soften them in. And then the pelvis like a pelvic rim, is nice and spacious and buoyant, releasing down. So just feel that. Once you're here, widen across the collarbone, release the trapezius muscles down. Bring the hands to the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, stand firm and steady like a mountain. Exhale, bend your knees and begin to take chair pose. So chair pose, we're not going to lift the heels off the floor. We're going to keep them on the floor. And we're going to try and squat, lengthening through the spine as if we're sitting on a chair. It's literally sitting on a chair. Bring the knees together. Hands to the heart. Now reach the arms up. And this is one of the common misalignments. Take that overarching in so you feel that nice length. Inhale, hands together, exhale, inhale, lengthen, exhale. Now lengthen your knees, point your arms down to the floor, and then bring your hands onto your kneecaps. Inhale and stretch your spine. Exhale, bend the knees and slide your hands down your ankles. And inhale, straighten your legs. Come back into a flat spine. And exhale. Great. Inhale, lengthen. And now exhale, step your right leg back. Coming into a lunge. What I love to do at the beginning of practice is make a bicycle lunge. It's really, really helpful to open up the hamstring. So let's try it together. We're going to shift forward, keep our knee, right knee bent, left knee bent, and then shift back. It's a very minor little baby circle with the hips opening through the hamstrings and preparing your body for the practice. So just a couple of more circles. And then once you find the lunge, straighten your back knee. Cup the floor with your hand. If this is a little too hard, you're going to bring it up a notch and you're going to take a high lunge, bending the back knee, squaring your hips off. Place your hands on your thigh. Inhale and exhale, and then reach them up over the head into a crescent lunge. Squaring the hips, soften your front ribs. So the entire alignment we did for mountain pose applies here too. Feel that. And then reach your right arm forward, left arm back, as if you want to grab onto something in the distance. And ride your right hand to the floor. Take a twist. This is right angle pose, right? Looks like it. Bend the knee. Let the knee track over the ankle. And relax your right shoulder away from the ear. Take a twist. Breathing in and out. And each time you exhale, see if you can deepen the pose and also amplify the twist. Your gaze is soft. Your head is an extension of your spine. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Drop your right knee. Now let's release all the pressure from the left leg. Untuck the back foot. Walk your hands to the midline. Flex your left foot. Find your balance on top of the right foot. And then bring your hands into prayer at the center of your heart. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, gently fold. Now, if this is a little too hard to reach, you can bring the foot a little closer and bend it. So that's just a variation you can practice with at the beginning before you do the gate pose. This is the gate pose. We're prepping up. It's a kind of a pyramid variation, and we always do it to open the hamstring and also square the hips out. So just find this for yourselves, either here or if it's too hard, work here in the low lunge. Let's inhale And exhale, deepen a little bit the stretch for the psoas. Inhale. Soften the front ribs. What did we say about the collarbone? Widen across the collarbone. Beautiful. Shoulders down. And hands float down. And we take the left foot to the right. Back onto all fours from where we started. Inhale, breathe, and open the chest. Exhale, we're going to try and do chaturanga. It's a really hard pose. It actually requires a lot of muscular effort. But the very first setup is elbows into the ribs, chin drops to the floor, and your buttocks lifts up. So find that energy, bring the chin, feel you're here like a worm. And now you're slithering down like a snake. So curl the toes under and slide the tops of your feet to the back of the mat. There we go. Wonderful. Now peel your chest open. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift your hands off the floor. Charge up the sides of the waist. Lift your toes and feet and bring the big toes to touch. Exhale, release and rest for a moment. Inhale, we're going to go into baby cobra and locust pose. So baby cobra is here. It prepares us for down dog. We won't do it today because it's really a hard pose, especially for the mid-back. But we're going to do the first steps for it. So baby cobra, big toes touch, lift up, sweep the arms around, interlace your fingers at the small of your back, point your index fingers down, and now roll the shoulders open. Inhale. Lengthen, exhale, release the tops of the feet into the floor. Inhale one more time. And exhale. And last time, let's do it a little bit higher. Opening, opening, open. And exhale. Hands back to the floor. Right under the shoulders. Lift halfway up. And then all the way back into a child's pose. So this is our resting place. Let's try to bring the hips over the heels and take a little bit of a rock right and left so you can feel the lengthening through the spine. Once you're here, same thing as in down dog. Charge up your hands, press all the knuckles, then slowly begin to rest your forehead into the floor. Take a moment to inhale, and as you exhale, imprint what you want to achieve in your life at this point, at this stage, onto the screen of your third eye. Take another inhale. The third eye is the place where we build our visions, where we create our reality. So find it for yourself now, today, during your home practice, and clearly see what you are aiming at. Inhale, lift your gaze. Keep the image vivid and clear. And exhale, lift up. Inhale, curl the toes under. And exhale. Down dog, our point of inquiry. Finding our down dog. Today with our knees bent, walking the feet one more time to the hands. And then rolling up, just as we did, hands to the knees. Round your spine. Walk your hands to your hips. Stroke them down. Stabilize your hips. Soften through the front ribs. Lower the shoulders down. Long neck. Floating head. Strong connection to the higher realms, to your divine self. And then opening up to a place of centeredness. You're centered and you're strong. Bring the hands to the heart into mountain pose. Walk to the top of your mat. Here we go. One sun salutes, putting it all together. Inhale. Sweep the arms up, upward worship position. Exhale, fold in half. Lengthen your spine. Reach the arms through the sides. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, float down. Bend your knees for today. Inhale, lengthen into a prepare pose. And exhale, step your left foot back. Find your lunge and take that bicycle lunge that we did on the first side. So finding a little bit of a circle, a hip circle. Inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale. When you feel, okay, I have it, I can set up for it. Bring your knee over the ankle. Straighten your back knee. Relax your collarbone, shoulders down. Breathe in, gaze forward. Lunge. Inhale. If this is too hard, we said we're going to do crescent lunge and step the back foot slightly in. Walk our hands upper thigh. Square the hips off. Reach the arms up. Soften through the front belly. Inhale and exhale. Look up. Inhale. And then exhale. Open the arms to the sides. Float the hands down. Left knee down. And pyramid pose. The hands walk to the center. And then as you flex your foot, you slide it to the top of the mat. We said we're going to bring the hands into prayer here and fold over the leg. So find it for yourselves. If that is too hard, right away, bend the knee and take it into a low lunge. So here we are. We have two options to work with, both equally beneficial and powerful for your practice, or the lunge. And if you were in a pyramid pose, come into your lunge, square the hips off, soften the front ribs, bring your left hand down. Here we have our right angle pose, right? Curl the back foot under. We just did it on the other side. Lift the left knee off the floor. Slowly start to twist. Lower your left shoulder down and reach your right arm up. Inhale. Here's how the breath actually animates the pose. Expanding outwards. Always as you exhale, ground down, and if you have a twist, squeeze the belly out. Purging, detoxifying, but also bringing more oxygen to the brain. Inhale. All the great benefits of yoga. Exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Always when you transition, you want to expand and lengthen and then release. Beautiful job. You did your first lunges and your first attempt for a sun salute. Step your right knee to your left. And now to transition into the seated poses, which come before the relaxation, we're going to take hero pose just for a moment. It could be a little challenging for the tops of the feet. So I just like to feel it out first, and then if you feel there's too much strain, you can lift higher into camel and do exactly the same. Interlace your fingers at the small of your back. Open your heart, lift up through the mid-back. Inhale. Exhale, deepen the shoulder opening action a little bit. Inhale, and then exhale, slowly float your butt down to your heels. Walk your hands to the right, swing your legs forward into a staff pose. Staff pose. strong and buoyant. Same alignment as in mountain pose. Wide collarbone, soft ribs, lifted sit bones, engaged legs, flexed feet. Reach the arms up, shoulders down. And exhale, fold over the legs. Maybe today you're going to do this much. Or if you're here, maybe you just want to lift up and press back. So finding the openness through the lower back, but also the openness through your hip flexors. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Now bend your knees for our last butterfly pose. And if you feel your alignment is a little compromised and you are struggling to straighten your spine, same thing we did in staff pose. Press your hands firmly into the ground, fingertips pointing to your sacrum, and then slide your shoulders open and tip back a little bit. And then begin to gently rock from side to side to open the hips. And perhaps you can now bring yourselves over your hips. And perhaps by rocking, you can bring your hands into your knees and open the hips a little bit. And if it's available, walk the hands forward. And feel the hips off. Allow them to open up from the inside. And a little body roll here really helps. So take it one side and then the other. And feel that energy. And then once you have your butterfly pose, reach the arms up again. Inhale and exhale, hands to the heart. And connect to that archetype of the butterfly that flips its wings and sends a message across the globe. So reminding ourselves that whatever we think actually affects the world as a whole. And the more positive our thoughts, the more connected we are, the more divine reciprocity we get. So finding that connection and attracting only the positive things in our lives. Finding our little meditation here for a moment in butterfly pose. And open your eyes if they were closed. And we're going to head to the final relaxation pose. Keep your knees bent, hold your thighs, and start to roll down one vertebra at a time, really slowly. Now coming into the horizontal plane. Hug the knees into the chest, flex your feet. This is a very important pose that allows us to release waste from the body and to also focus on the downward flow. We're winding down, little rocking, and then bring your heels together, flex your feet, interlace your fingers in front of your knees and hug them in. Give yourselves a tight hug. Take it a little into a rock from right to left. And then drop your knees to the right. Open your arms to the sides. So find that. And stretch your gaze in the opposite direction. In this instance, drop the left shoulder down. Close your eyes. Feel you're lengthening and you're radiating the energy outwards. You're releasing anything that is taxing you or overloading you, anything that's residual in your lower back, your hips. Come back to the center. Any tension, whether physical, mental, or emotional, is now washing away. Swing the legs to the other side. Twist your gaze over your right hand. Take a deep inhale and a purging exhale. And one more inhale. Press the hands firmly into the floor. And exhale, you're ready for your relaxation pose. Opening the palms out and allowing your legs just to flap open from the hips. Close the eyes. Notice if you need a little pillow under your head so you're not over compressing the neck. If you do need a pillow, go ahead and take it, or if you don't feel like leaving your mat, you can interlace your fingers and place your hands under your head so you feel that nice lift, and then drop the shoulders down. Inhale through your diaphragm, imagining it's opening out like an accordion. And then as you exhale, the ribs come in and they gently touch. They kiss again. And the whole mechanism of the body is now winding down. As you deepen the breath, you are eliciting the parasympathetic nervous system response, and you're coming into a state of relaxation. Take one deep, nourishing breath in and come back to the image you imprinted into your third eye, the vision that you wanted to build, that one thing that you are pursuing at this stage of your life. Clearly see it pulsating and vibrating at the center of the third eye. Keep it there. And as you stretch your arms over the head, expand that image. Make it bigger, much bigger than you are. Send it out into space. And allow it to come back to you when the time is right and when the opportunity affords itself, when everything aligns and you're ready to embrace it. Open your eyes, flex your feet, charge up the whole body, press the hands into the floor, lift your head and chin, and as you exhale, press the hands. Come all the way up into your elbows, bend your knees, fold them in, and now slowly coming into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Now that we did the practice, our spine is really much longer, and we're going to feel that lift, and then as we drop, we're going to lift the arms over the head and maintain that length. And then bring them to the heart. Keep the integrity, the peace, and the centeredness. You did an amazing job. If you like this practice, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. See you next time. More great practices to come. Thank you. Namaste.